Hi, Assalamualaikum. Good evening, everyone.
Hi, good evening.
Waalaikumsalam. Good
How
evening.
are you? How are you today?
Doing fine?
I am fine.
Is it everyone present for today committee meeting? I have been informed that Mr. Fakri could not make it today because he in Johor.
Yeah, he did inform me before because he had to take the emergency leave because he had to take care of his father, I guess, has been warded.
Okay. Should we move on the minutes of the last meeting?
Yeah, sure. So,
Continue.
so let me begin with the minutes of the first meeting.
Yes,
It is
go.
started at the date of 16 November 2017 on Thursday. The time is from 9 a.m. until 12 noon, and the venue is at the Al Shams meeting room. And those who present for the meeting included Mr. Shafiq Imran Nazir as the chairman, Mr. Fikri Firman Ali Mansur as a committee member, as well as Mr. Ramadan, son of Surya Muti, and Mr. Al-Fatih bin Al-Hakim, Mr. Benjamin Lee Chong Bang, Mrs. Julie Lim Mei Ying, Miss Devi, daughter of Shanmugam, and the last one, the secretary involved is Miss Fatin Adrila Nasir. So the first that has been covered, which is the greeting and opening as the starting meeting. The meeting was called to order at 9 a.m. by the chairman, Mr. Fikri Firman. He thanked everyone for making the time on such short notice. The second one will be the briefing on Project Alpha. The chairman briefed the committee on the latest investment to be made by Surya Holdings Sdn Berhad, which was Project Alpha. Project Alpha is aimed at meeting the educational and entertainment needs of Gen Z and Gen Alpha. The committee was informed that the approximate cost for the project was 150 million ringgit Malaysia. As well as we covered for the report on 3 potential sites for Project Alpha is Ms. Fatin reported on 3 potential sites for Project Alpha. The first site with the potential to be developed and turned into Project Alpha was a forest reserve named Bukit Belacan, located in Ampang, Selangor. It is located about 15 kilometers from Kuala Lumpur and accessible by car. It is currently closed to the public for a total refurbishment. And the second site was an empty warehouse in Pasir Gudang, Johor. The empty warehouse is about 5,600 meters square. It is only 18 kilometers from Singapore, 32 kilometers from Johor Bahru, and 41 kilometers from Skudai, Johor. The warehouse was used to store heavy farming machinery in the past. And the third site was the Green Hilly Land in Bukit Kor, Terengganu. Bukit Kor is a combination of hills and flat green land with adventurous curves and turns. It is located in Marang and about 200 kilometers from Kuala Terengganu. All 3 sites are underdeveloped yet possess unique attractive features which could attract crowds. And the last one for the report on the potential, Mrs. Julie Lee suggested that the committee be given 2 days to visit each site in order to experience the ambience of the place firsthand. As well as we move to the suggestions of projects, which is the committee was informed that Surya Holding is aiming for an educational cum business venture where the proposed site could be a place where global technology meets nature in a dynamic symbiosis. And Mr. Benjamin proposed that the committee be given 2 months to research the 3 sites and their potentials so that viable business cum educational project could be put forth. The suggestion was seconded by Mr. Al-Fatih Al-Hakim, but the time frame agreed by all members was reduced to 4 weeks. And Mr. Ramadan suggested that each committee member bring a proposal of the project with approximate cost and relevant supporting documents for the next meeting. And I ended this minutes meeting by the any other business suggested by Mr. Fikri Firman. which is that another staff be put in his place as he has been assigned to head the Lang Tengah project. So by that, I end the reading of the first minute of the first meeting.
So,
The minutes
okay,
of the
boss.
first meeting.
Are there any amended for the minutes, please?
Oh, yes. For 1.0, greeting and opening by the chairman and committee members, I think that have an error in the name, which is
Mm-hmm.
by the chairman, Mr. Fikri Firman. It is supposed to be Amin Apandi as a chairman. And committed members first, Dania. Committed members second, Shahnom. Committed members third, Madi. Committed members
Right.
fourth, Camelia. Last but not least, committed members 5, Rosmawati.
All right. Thank you for informing. Later, I will make adjustment on that.
Right.
Okay, any amended?
Yes, excuse me, Mr. Chairman.
Okay,
I would
go.
like to point amendment for 2.0. It was stated that the budget was 150 million, but it was actually 250 million ringgit Malaysia. Yes.
Oh,
Okay,
all
good.
right. I'll take
Okay,
note of
any
that too.
amended?
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Chairman. There are mistakes in our focus generation. Our focus generation should be Gen Y, Z, and Alpha, but there is only Gen Z and Alpha. That's all.
Okay, good.
Okay. Thank you.
Next, there are some error for 3.5. There are error for how many days should be visit. It should be 2 weeks to visit each site. And last, for 4.1, the error in spelling for Surya Holdings is found, which is should be Surya, S-U-R-I-E. That's all.
All right. All right. Thank you for the all amendments. Later, I will make adjustment on that.
Okay, good. So, Mr. Secretary, you please make a necessary correction for that. And any other problem with the minutes?
No.
So, if there are no others amended, can someone please propose that the minute be passed?
I propose that the minute be passed. I second that.
Thank you. Should we move on the next item on the agenda?
Yes.
Good. All right then. Shall we now move on to special business, which is Surya Holding? So, Dania, would you like to tell us about the latest development?
Okay. For a start, I would like to introduce to the first proposed idea, which is Bukit Belacan, which is located in Selangor. So for this project, I suggest that maybe we can consider that Surya Holdings might spend the budget on the Bukit Belacan, because for me, I can see we can develop something new, because in the forest itself, we can make it something that can attract people to come. From my idea, for my idea, I see that maybe we can make something that is related to the river, which is the ATV. The ATV, the customers can use the ATV to what we call it as use it in the river. It is kind of a vehicle, a big vehicle, and we can use it in the river. And it is, I can say, it is not that extreme, but it is quite challenging activities, which is good. And maybe people is attracted to that, because as what has been told by Surya Holdings, they want something that is back to nature kind of thing. So maybe we can suggest them um, to continue to proceed the what we call it, the project within the river. And as well as besides the ATV, we also can attract the people as well. Maybe this one focus more on students, which is we can make it as a camping site for students, because we know that um, when students go for the camping, they can learn about the nature, as well as from there we can create the awareness on how we can secure the Mother Earth. And it can be said that Surya Holdings might accomplish its goal to what we call it as educate the people, especially the students.
Good idea for Dania.
So
How about the others?
Sorry to interrupt. I can see your point, but for the project in Bukit Belacan, there is too much cost in cleaning the site. So I suggest that we can choose empty warehouse in Pasir Gudang to create a recycle center. Not only recycle plastic, paper or glass, but chemical waste disposable. So as we know that based on Pasir Gudang cases last year, there are toxic waste in Pasir Gudang, that pollution caused by leftover toxic waste from at the Sungai Kim Kim. In the accident, 111 school in Pasir Gudang district were closed for 2 weeks following the chemical pollution of Kim Kim River. Tons of tonic substance were illegally dumped into Kim Kim River. The chemical substance can absorb into skin and be harmed. So because of that, we can educate Pasir Gudang people to
give
to
awareness.
to give the awareness, and we can say that recycle the waste. Excuse me, Mr. Chairman. I would like to add some point on Nia for on Dania for Bukit Belacan. According to budget that we have, we can add other activities like extreme activity such as bugger jumping, flying fox, jungle trekking. That's how we can bond more to nature, and also with that way we can run away from noisy from the city. That's all.
That's a good idea. So any ideas for Bukit Belacan?
All right. I tend to agree with members 1, which is Dania, and member 3, Madi, that Bukit Belacan Forest River Selangor are one of the suitable place for Surya Holding due to entertainment that they can do there. So other than extreme sport and activity that Dania said earlier, they also can do water sport such as swimming, kayaking. All right, the water sport are one of the favorite entertainment that people will do. So quite interesting, right?
Yeah, that's a good idea. So what about the Bukit Core?
Okay. I respect for all the opinion that have given just now, but for my opinion, I think Bukit Core Terengganu is the most good place for educational places according to the cost of real estate in the area is low, since Surya Holdings already specialist in the real estate, so it may not be a problem for Surya Holding to invest on that. And I think the places and environment at Bukit Core is also good and calm for doing interesting activities like hiking and so on. That's all.
Okay, good.
Sorry,
Any objection?
but yeah, sorry, but I am not so agree with the Bukit Core project, because what can I see? The budget that has been allocated for this project is quite high, which is 250 million. So why not we invest it for something that is real and people can benefit from that budget? It is such a huge budget, which we can, like invest it to another uh, activities rather than only hiking. And I think it is only suitable for the adults and not for the kids. Maybe if you want to proceed for the Bukit Core project, make it something as beneficial as much for the kids also, and not only for the adult, because we care for all of the ages, and not we specifically we specifically aim the adults and those who love to hiking only. But kids also have their rights to, like go for the
Enjoy.
nature walk. Yeah, I think Bukit Core is not really suitable.
Sure, it's a good idea for you, Dania. So since we have done our discussion, I think, so I can see that, so I can conclude that. So the great ideas I think is at Bukit Belacan, and I consider Bukit Belacan will be place that we can decided to do the
Project.
For the project.
the project, yes, the project. So we will decide the Bukit Belacan for the Surya Holding project. Okay. Any
Okay.
objection?
Since we done to discussion and the chairman come out with the decision, so I think we should end our meeting.
Okay, sure, why not? So thank you for your time, and I think that's all for today. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Thank
Hello.
you.
Okay.
Thank you for all the
Chairman.
participants.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Have a great discussion with you all.
Okay,
Me too.
bye.
Nice.
Bye.